I also don't have shoes on.
Wouldn't make much difference.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Welcome back to my still unfinished kitchen. Today we're making a celebration cake of sorts, and I'm also making it as a Victoria sponge because there is one person on all of my videos and my tweets and everything who just comments saying, why do you keep ignoring me? I just want a Victoria sponge. So you're getting a Victoria sponge recipe today, which I think is the equivalent of like a pound cake recipe. I think pound cake.
I don't know why you're asking me.
Right, well, a Victoria sponge is basically 200 grams of everything. Anyway, so the celebration cake, what we're celebrating, or in Marcus's opinion, grieving, is the gender of the baby.
Yes.
So we obviously know, and we're not going to tell you just now, we probably assumed now, but it is. But we're going to make this cake for his parents and for his sister and stuff who are going to get it at the end of the meal tomorrow and they don't know anything about it. So it's a surprise for them. They basically think that we're not going to find out the gender whatsoever and it'll be a nice wee surprise for them.
Yes.
Yes. So let's get to it. Shall we?
What am I doing?
We're making cakes, son. So we have sandwich tins, just like they're basically shallow cake tins, and they're 20 centimetres. Check me out, knowing the actual size of the tins for a change. I've got a fork because I'm a lazy bastard and I don't want to do it twice. But I usually cook 2 cakes at once, but I'm just doing it 4 at a time, cook with 2 ovens.
Okay.
Usual, make sure wet when you're dry, and I've just got like the ingredients in front of me and it says mix and smooth. That's what it says.
Okay.
So, mix your wet. No, I don't. Mix your sugar with your butter. So, 200 grams of sugar.
Need to get you better skills.
You do need to get your better skills. So 200 grams of caster sugar. You always tend to use caster sugar in sponge cakes because it's smaller granules and it's not as grainy, basically.
Kushti. How much is that? 200?
200 grams, yes. Oh,
Oh my god.
can you stop, Buddha?
I went over.
Well, we're making 2. So,
Making 2?
I will make 2 cakes. So put 400 grams in. Buddha, cease.
There's nothing there.
You go to your bed if you don't cease. Sass.
Hey, no, don't eat that. Don't eat that.
Oh,
Don't.
Marcus, how did you manage that?
Because I don't know. Right, go away. Don't eat that. You go away as well. Don't eat
Absolute
that.
destruction when you do anything, man.
No.
Hoover.
Look at you, you've got sugar on your fucking chin.
Yeah, actually, that's a sugar over his chin. That's no right. The people are going to report us. Oh no.
It's just a bit of fucking sugar. Bronson, fucking go to bed. Drink him daft. He keeps, every time I tell him, go to bed.
Sugar must taste really nice to him though. He's never had sugar before.
No. Look at him. He keeps walking back and standing there looking at me like, what?
It's because he's out
As
his
if he's done nothing.
He's out his tits now. He's like,
Go to bed. Bed.
brave.
Go. Bed. Go.
See the way that crack addicts get brave when they take crack?
Yeah.
It's like that.
What will I use to clean it?
A dustpan and shovel, which you'll find right in front of you at the bottom. While he's doing that, it's 200 grams of butter, or in our case 400 grams because we're making double the amount.
You can't really see it, but it's it's like fucking Jabba the Hutt with a face full of sugar. This is that pug breathing ASMR.
I need you to cream them together. While you're doing that, I'll do the eggs. So it's 4 eggs per cake. We're doing 2, as I said, so it's 8 eggs. Okay, so we'll put the dry in before we add in all those eggs, because if we put the eggs in now, it might be a big sloshy mess. 200 grams of self-rising flour, so we're using 400 grams. 380.
Tiny wee tape. Lemon. Lemon!
What?
Say the wee tiny tape. Boom.
1 teaspoon of baking powder and it's 2 tablespoons of milk.
It's 2 teaspoons.
A TSP is a teaspoon.
Right.
And if it's got a B in it, it's a tablespoon.
Right.
So it's 1
So it's
teaspoon.
4 of them.
1 teaspoon, so it's 2 of these.
Okay, I know that 1 teaspoon's 2 of them, but we're using 2 teaspoons, so it'll be 4 of them.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Next week on fucking Sesame Street.
I'm pregnant, like no. My midwife tells me that you lose 6% of the grey matter in your brain when you're pregnant, and that's why you become stupid.
You've been that way for a while though.
Maybe it's just going to be you that kills my brain cells. And 2 tablespoons of milk, but we're using 4.
That's a wet ingredient.
It is, but now I need you to mix them all together.
There's a spoon. Oh.
Do you want me to do it?
That's bogging, man.
Right, so what I want you to do then, Marcus, is take these and measure.
So if I only line the base.
Yes.
Voila.
Cool, now do that 4 times.
What?
Yes. Okay, so your oven should be on at 190 degrees Celsius, 170 degrees Celsius, you've got a fan.
Say that at the start of the video.
Gas mark 5, and I don't know what the Fahrenheit is. Did I say that already? I don't think I did.
No, I'm saying you should say that at the start of the video.
Should I? You're right. You are correct, but I did not. So here I am. I'm just buttering the sides so it doesn't stick to the sides, and then the butter that falls onto the bottom, the bits of paper will stick to it because it won't roll up, and it means that my mix won't end up under it. So now what we need to do is just put it in the tins and then put it in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. But keep an eye on it depending on your oven. So let's try and spin this equally into these. You alright? You having NAM flashbacks? Try and read.
No, I'm fine.
Is it because we're making a gender cake
No.
and you're upset?
No.
If you really want it even, then weigh them all with the mixture in them. I don't have the time nor the patience for that. But I've just flung it everywhere. Right, so once you put the mixture in there, try and level it out as much as you can, because these cakes like to just kind of poke right up in the middle like a wee mountain, and that's not what you want. Now, I will admit, the way I'm going to decorate this is not how you would decorate a Victoria sponge. If you want to see that in another video, I will absolutely do that, but this is the sponge of a Victoria sponge for that one guy who kept asking me to make a Victoria sponge. So this probably doesn't count as a Victoria sponge video, but that's how you make the cake. Smash them! Right, we'll be back in like 18 minutes. No, we won't. We'll be back in about an hour because put them in the oven between 18 and 20 minutes, and then once they're cooked, tip them out onto a cooling rack and let them cool on the cooling rack until completely cold. The camera hates me to cut me off. Basically, cook them, cool them, and then once they're fully cold to the touch, then we'll come back and we'll decorate them. So, yeah. Now, it's now 9 o'clock at night, but the cakes are cold, and all we need to do now is make the icing. So for this cake, we're going to make butter icing, which is 250 grams of butter.
I didn't know it was soft. Usually it's rock hard.
Go get a wooden spoon, please.
I don't know. Where are the wooden spoons?
Why are you like this?
It's getting mashed up where it's fucking going. Calm down.
Why are you like this then?
Not like anything.
Right, so put this butter in the bowl and swish it around. So 250 grams of butter, soft butter, and this whole bag of icing, so it's 500 grams. You've got a spoon there, babe boy, you just try and use a spoon to scrape it out.
I know, but you just do that, it works.
It works so well. I'm so grumpy.
I know you're grumpy.
Right, so
You want me to do that?
yes, but I'm angry, so I'm taking some of my anger out in the butter. Right, so because we're using quite a lot of icing sugar, the best thing to do is smooth your butter out as much as you can. So that'll do the now because we're going to make it worse. And then add the icing sugar gradually. Right, and then you just combine it with the spoon. And you basically just do this for the full bag. But every
This whole bag?
Yep, but every now and again. What did we discuss?
I had my mouth shut. I didn't leave it out, I ate it.
Marcus! I'm dead pregnant and everyone disgusts me. Give me a break. Right, fuck me. Are you alright? You want to come into this shot?
I'm alright.
Have you farted? Right, so the idea of this is you just want to get the icing sugar combined so it doesn't go everywhere, and then you'll use the whisks to make it nice and fluffy once it's combined.
It looks very thick.
Aye, it'll get thicker. And then we put a bit of milk in and a bit of vanilla in. And then we whisk the absolute living crap out of it until it's nice and light. Smashing. Marcus! Don't make me beat you.
Is that it?
You want just the last bit in? Right. Now we're at the good stage. So add like a tablespoon of milk, and then a teaspoon of vanilla.
That's enough.
That was enough. Right. And then whisk it until it's dead light and fluffy.
You alright?
Yeah. I just can't bother measuring it. I don't usually measure things when I cook it myself. Right, so you want your whiskey or you want me whiskey?
You should whisk it, I eat chocolate buttons.
Okay. So that'll do. That's what's made like frosting. Cool. Right. So what I probably haven't mentioned yet, which I definitely haven't mentioned yet, is although it is a gender reveal cake, it's also a piñata cake. So we need to cut all the holes outside these cakes and then fill them with candy that represents the gender, and then when they cut it open, the sweeties will all fall out and then they'll know what gender it is. You don't want the hole to be too big because then it affects the structural integrity of your actual cake. But you don't want it to be too small where it doesn't hold a lot of sweets. Aye, that's a decent size. So I don't want to like push the glass in because it'll warp the cake. So I just want to use that as a guide.
Get the outline now. What's happening in the middle?
I knew you were going to ask that. I'm concerned because I take that way, I won't see. I should have kept that one, they put it, so that's fine. So that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll just take this one, gauge a hole that's roughly the same as that one, basically as in the middle as possible, and then use that one as my gauge. Because I am a nugget. I don't know. So what I just told you was completely wrong, and what you're supposed to do is this. So take one cake, cut the hole out. It's me!
Yeah.
Pop the hole out, and then in your other cakes, use that cake as a guide. I didn't do that because I'm an idiot, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Go to bed.
So, I've got this one that needs a hole in it, and I will use this cake as a guide by putting it on top.
Bed.
See? That's what you're meant to do. I did it the wrong way, but it won't matter. It's literally a hole in a cake, like, it's not a big deal. Right, so we have this one, and then now we have this one. Right, so we'll go back to this. So, take your cake with a hole in it, plonk it on top. Right, so next bit is basically just do the exact same thing again. So I've already cut the hole out that one, so I'll just push it out, and then plonk that on top. Break it as you do it, just like I did, fantastic, it'll no matter. So at this point, this is the top layer before you put the lid on, so now we need to fill it with candy. So obviously you can do this for parties and stuff, it doesn't have to be a gender reveal thing, but yeah, you would basically just do this. If it's 4 sponges, cut a hole in all 3, stick them together with icing, and then fill the inside with your candy, and yeah. Try and use like candy with shells on them, or candy that isn't going to melt. Chocolate and all that might melt. We're having a go.
Yep.
You're an arsehole. I still need the sweets. So while I'm organising the sweets, you want to tell everyone how you feel about it?
I mean, I'm happy.
Are you?
Yeah. The only thing I make jokes in the one night. I make a lot of jokes saying I want the boy, but it's fine. The only thing I actually do care about is happy, healthy. That's the only thing I care about. And also the age of consent should be raised to 35.
Right, down in Scotland it's
16, which is wrong.
And that's terrible.
Wrong.
Anyway, so the sweets that I have, is candy. I've got little rocks that say it's a girl. So we've got some of them, they are already pre-wrapped. There's not a lot of them, but I want that to be the majority of the candy I put in here. And then this bag is basically just all pink sweets. So you've got like pink milk bottles, pink strawberries, pink shrimps, chocolate hearts, and some marshmallows and stuff. So I put a couple of the It's a Girl candies at the bottom. Do you know what I'll do? I'll put the loose sweets in a jug. I also have these things that are like, I think it's licorice. Disgusting. So they're coming out. I basically went on Amazon and searched for gender reveal candy, and this came up. I think it was like £11 for a kilo bag. But yeah, pink licorice is pretty disgusting, and nobody wants that in their cake. And plus I'd be a bit scared in case the licorice actually, the taste of it seeped into the cake or whatever. So we'll put some bits in, and then we'll put a couple more candies, and then a couple more bits of that, a couple more candies, You want to get as much in there as you can because you want it to like fall out when you cut it, you know. A couple more candies, sweeties, and then we'll put the last 3 bits of girls on there, and then yeah. So I could probably fit some more sort of like soft bits. So maybe some marshmallows, Haribos, some shrimps. You want it to be level with the actual sponge, so that's right at the very top now. I'll just try and like fill in any wee gaps. Right, I am happy with that. So again, just ice it, stick the top on, and then we'll do a crumb coating, put it in the fridge, and then when we come out we'll do an actual icing and then we'll decorate it. Okay, so this cake has been in the fridge for a while, it's had its crumb coating on, and now we're just going to put like an actual coating on it, and then we're going to decorate it. So the decorations, I have these cubes that say baby on them, all different colours and stuff. So because they are coloured, I did my best to colour match some icing to go for them, or to go with them. So we have that, we have some sprinkles, we have some sweets that are also in the inside, and we also have this really crap boy or girl thing that I may or may not use. Let's finish the coating on this and make it all nice and lovely. So what I had to do is make 2 more batches of icing. One which is just coloured and it's the same recipe, and another one which is just plain, again, same recipe. Same recipe, same method. So we're just going to slap that on, make it nice and flat and flush and lovely, and then go for this. So basically I'm going to do the exact same things I've already done. Just put dots of icing around the cake, making sure that I'm not pushing the actual cake lopsided or anything, because I do that quite a lot. And I find the best way to make top flat is to just put the icing around the edges and not in the middle, because you always put too much in the middle and it mounds. Or I do anyway, it's just my bad habits. Just do what I did before, but use a really light hand. Right, so I'm getting happy with that.
There you go.
Great, aye. Well, I think so. What do you think?
No, that's good.
Try to make it as like flat and nice as possible, but it's not perfect, but my cake's never are. Right, that'll do. Not playing this game anymore. I could be here all day trying to make it smooth, and you know what? I don't want to be. So we've got these sprinkles, we've got these blocks, and we've got this thing that I can't pick up, and we've got coloured icing. I think I'm overthinking it now. I'm just going to ice it.
Let's fill.
So I think if I just do wee globules, wee bits. You want to do a couple? I'm going to put the cubes in here. So put it here. That's lovely.
That's not enough, that's it.
So like if we just do like the bee in there.
What are you doing?
It's so that it goes round and I know how to decorate when I put it. Okay, so we have that. Baby. And then that's like the biggest piping one, so we'll put a big swirl there. And then I'll put a big swirly here. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm winging it, to be honest. But what I'm thinking, where's my thing, right? So what I was thinking was, if that goes like in there, right? Which means it's not anywhere near the sweeties. And then, because that's like a crescent of the same colours, just have it like gradually coming down to a wee point.
Right.
Right, so can you do the 2 colours and I'll do these 2 colours? Smashing. Right, so that's what we have so far. Do you still think it should have some sprinkles on top, or just leave it as it is?
I think as is. It's nice.
As is?
Yeah.
Right, perfect. So this is what we've done. It's the best decorating that we could muster at the time. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we'll try and film the cake being cut and his mum's reaction, maybe, depending on whether or not we want to bless your eyes with his mum. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you would have like decorated it differently, or what you would have done if you would have added sprinkles or not. But here we are. So at a glance, you wouldn't know if it's a boy or a girl, would you?
No.
No. Cool. So into the fridge this will go until tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.